Alright. Hi y'all, I'm Rio. Welcome to another Welcome to another episode of Coloring Passports. Today we're getting into the Everglades book, the crocodile page. Saltwater crocodiles. Let's get into it. Alright. So I already know that I need to sharpen this pencil. Hold on. Alright, first thing we're going to do is grab sepia number 37. I don't know, is that the color that I want? Is that really the color that I want? Yep, 37, that's the darkest one. The next darkest one is black, and I don't want to use black. So we're going to use 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, and 44. All up in this business here. Woo-wee. Okay, so there's whole lots of crevices on this. This crocodile is covered with crevasses. Crevasses. So first of all, this whole area right here is super dark. I mean, I drew it like it wasn't, but girl, it is super dark. So I'm gonna come in here with this sharp pencil. Comes all the way back out to this. Gonna color darker where I drew the lines, because there's just wrinkle after wrinkle after wrinkle back here where his face hole opens up. There's a super dark shadow here. I want to lay out the dark shadows first before I do anything else. And right now they're not looking very dark, but they will be. painting his spikes. Gonna outline all of his scales here. Putting a little bit of shadow here on the side of the face. I'm gonna have to pick up the blue-gray, the 61. It's just not gonna get dark enough if I don't use some blue-gray over the top of this. It's just not gonna get dark enough. Okay, so let's see if we can't get this worked out a little bit here. Now, I'm gonna go back here and look at my colors. Really, I don't like any of the colors on this thing. Maybe I'm too picky. 21? 71's not terrible. I'm here to tell you though, I think I'm gonna go with the French gray over here. French gray, 10% French gray. I'm gonna come in and just start laying in some color right on the top of all of this. And I'm pulling some of that other color out too. Yeah, I'm going to use the French gray on the teeth. Yep. I'm going to come back here in just a minute. See how I've really just got all these Nikki X's here? And I kind of just did the same thing right over the top of that face area. It's because I want that roughed up. I just need to see some color on this. It's going to get more yellow as it goes back and be less French gray. Okay. How's that looking? Terrible. Keep going. Okay. This is sepia in the... Ooh, see, that's got a lot more pigment load. My goodness. It has a lot more color. This is the 90% cool gray. It's got the blue in it. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what we're looking for, right there. Okay, let's do this. Then we'll come in and we'll add some lighter color if that's not a problem. We'll add some of that lavender. Let's keep going. I'm kind of torn here between wanting to do the background because I want to do a fun pattern and the blues that are up here. I like that color. I think the blues, the softer blues up against this will be really nice. And that it would be at that point a sticker that I would be interested in purchasing, because I always do these thinking if it was a sticker would I want it, and the answer is usually yeah. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. I actually got so tired yesterday that I had to stop the filming of this and start over. So I know that we have had number 61 blue gray. But I'm looking at all this yellow up underneath his belly here, and I'm gonna grab number 43, the ochre, and I'm gonna come in. There's like a yellowy line here on his face that I want to add to. Oh yeah, that's gonna look real nice. Teeny tiny little baby circles. Teeny tiny little baby circles. Now I'm gonna put the yellow here, and it's really bright and it's coming in front, but I'll go in with another color here in just a minute. The reason why it's yellowy on the inside is because usually the water these guys are in is not pretty water. Usually it's brown water. So instead of it reflecting all and being all pink on the inside of his mouth, it's going to reflect and be in the yellow ochres. Now, I also know that here on his belly, same thing, lighter colored skin, so it's going to reflect his surroundings. Got that lighter skin down here on his belly. There we go. And then underneath his face, there's like it's a line of reflective light. Oh, there should have been some right there. Okay, got that done. All right, I'm gonna grab in my Prismacolor set, I'm gonna grab my 20 French Gray. And I'm gonna come in and color the teeth with this 20 French Gray. Because again, the teeth aren't white. And we'll come in a little bit and we'll add some, I gotta add some more of that yellow right up in there. I can see roof of his mouth right in here around these teeth. So I gotta add some more of this yellow. And we'll come in and we'll darken this up and it'll be awesome. It'll be really, really good. I'm gonna add a little bit of this yellow back in here too. I'm not pushing as hard as I did on the other one. I just want to start getting some color laid in here. That's really the goal. Just get that color laid in there. I'm gonna warm this up a little bit. Going right over that blend there so I can kind of see where I'm going with all of this. He's coming together. Look at that. Give me an hour. He's gonna be great. Okay, back to the teeth. Get those teeth grayed in there. So I don't have to look at the super white color. And then he's got gray up here underneath his eye. Okay, I'm gonna put that pencil back, so, because I know which ones I'm using at this point, it's okay. I need to sharpen this, so let's turn this off. Okay, got it sharpened. I'm gonna start laying in some color here. And you can see the difference. When you just put the color down by itself, it's crazy how blue that is. But when you mix it with some of these other colors that are already down, you get lovely effects. Like it reads almost black. It's just wonderful. That's why you gotta trust the process. You gotta trust the ugly happening first, the colors going down that kind of don't make any sense, and then you build on top of that. I'm no expert. This is the very first time I've ever in my life colored a crocodile. So yesterday I colored an alligator for the first time. Let's recap that. This is what that turned out to be. I'm still not 100% sure I like the water. I'm still not 100% sure that I like the background. I'm gonna call Kay and see what she thinks about it. I know she's gonna tell me to change these colors because they're not quite right. But I do think that the alligator looks pretty dang good for a practice illustration. I think it's pretty good. So let's get back to this. Okay, see, so now you see where it's going. We're gonna make this work. It's not gonna be a big deal. Now, I need some gray here. So I'm gonna grab the actual gray I'm going to come in here and sort of start going over some of this color. Because when I'm done, if I don't like the color patterns on here, what I'll do is I'll use my, I will use my acrylic markers to make little highlights on all of his scaly scales. And that'll be cool. So this is darker right here. You see in the photograph, this part of his neck is kind of puffed out, so we're going to make it look that way. Come in here. Give me a good bead on that. And the way we create the illusion is to make sure that the shadows are in there. Here, same thing. We got a shadow up underneath his scales. Got some shadow here. Some shadow right here. This is all going to be dark, but this is, so we're going to start with the lighter first. There's a little bit of color hitting, light hitting that right there. Then this has light hitting it right here. I'm going to go darker right here. Look at that. Okay, now we're going to come over here. We're going to start doing the same thing over here. We're just going to come up and just start adding in a little bit of color here. And these pencils from the set that were at the school, they're pretty transparent, so they allow you to shade and shade. See how nicely I covered up that crazy blue spot there? That's the color that I wanted. Just keep going in. So I know we've got a dark shadow right here. I know we've got a dark line here where this kind of pops up a little bit. Here, like so. Just adding a little bit of color. I'm not, up here where I know the light's gonna hit it, I'm not getting too crazy with pushing super hard or developing all those areas. But I know that right in here, we're gonna be a little bit darker. And I know that right here, we're gonna be a little bit darker. They sort of have these, you know, I don't know. These guys are just beautifully marked. Okay, so we're starting to kind of shape the way that he's looking here. Now let's come up here with the same gray and let's just start laying some color in up here. because we know that's going to happen, and we'll come back in a little bit later with some of the other colors. I'm going to color in over, remember what I said that his mouth needed some more color, darker here, so we're going to come in here and shadow this right over that yellow. So it's going to make it sit back up inside his mouth, underneath his teeth, underneath his top jaw, you know, all those things. It's all just a process of layering the colors. You just got to keep layering those colors until you get them where you want them. Still just making teeny tiny little baby circles. You see that I'm not coloring everything solid the exact same color. I'm just sort of bouncing around and gradually adding darker color, building up all those areas, just bouncing around here, gradually adding them up. So I know that this area right here is darker. I'm taking my time. I'm going very, very light. I'm making tiny little circles, just passing it over. Right here, I know that's going to be darker right around his eye. I'm going to start developing that area just a touch here. And right now it's reading really blue, but I'll go in with another color and I'll cover that up and it'll be fine. It'll be just fine. He's coming together. Yeah, still got a little more of a blue hue than what I want with him though. I'm gonna grab the Celadon, which is kind of a gray-green. I'm not gonna color everywhere with this because this, I don't really see this color in his body on the image. But what I want to do is use it to start darkening up some other areas, because then I'll go over it with a different color. The red gray. And that'll kill the green. Sepia. Sepia's got a red hue to it, an orangish red hue, so going right over the blue with the sepia works. I'll have to highlight that with paint. Just gonna keep going over everything, just like we've been doing here. Coming up on his face. Gonna just keep going over everything here. See, we still have way too much white on his face. Way too much blue on his face. And I've colored outside the lines a little bit. I don't worry about that because I'm going to outline him anyway. So it's going to be okay. some of this yellow. Start coming in up here and adding some highlighting colors. I don't know if it's gonna work. Oh yeah, that will work. I just don't think my colors are dark enough yet for it. Look at that. So you got to get up in there and really grind some of those colors. So that's all got to get darker. Look at that. Oh, he's coming together. Look how cute he's gonna be. For a crocodile, he's gonna be super cute. Gonna be super cute. Okay, so here we go. I want to start putting in the background because I'm struggling a little bit with the alligator or the crocodile, and so I figure if I put some color in the background, that'll help me kind of be able to pull this together. So I know that I want light blue color in the background, so I'm gonna grab maybe I'm gonna grab this one instead. What is this? Light cerulean blue versus I don't have the color in the other coloring box that I want for the background of this, so I'm gonna have to use color out of the Prismacolor lineup, and I want it to be blue. See how the blue is up here in the, I like that. I like those colors a lot. So I'm gonna do a light blue and a dark blue in the background. That'll be cool, I think. Let me get back here to my swatch pages and swatch these two so I can see which one I like the best. That's what this is for. So this is 904. Oh, it's so pretty. That's 904, and this is 1024. That is the color that I want. I want this one. So I'm gonna go sharpen this one and I'll be right back. Okay, I got my pencil sharpened. Here we go. Let's get back into it. I'm kind of excited. So let's line this up. I would like for it to be as straight as possible. I'm gonna use the lines now. I know that I haven't drawn the box even 100% perfectly, so we're just gonna do the best we can. With what we have to work with here. And I don't have any tape with me, so I'm having to be really, really careful because this stencil will move on me. Kind of feel like the open spaces is where I would like for the lighter blue to be. So I'm going to go ahead and just block that in very easily. come down here. Gonna move. As I'm moving my hand over, I'm holding it down. Now, if you don't have a stencil, you can draw any pattern you want. Because I do so many of these, I have ordered some stencils in. And if you guys are interested in us carrying stencils, I'm sure we could make that happen. I just like the way the stencils look. And this might actually be the dark color that I use, and I might use an even lighter color. Some of these stencils are so intricate and so detailed that it's really kind of hard to use them, but this one with its just zigzag pattern is kind of nice. Then we can go around the alligator with a light blue paint pen and a white maybe, or maybe even a yellow, who knows. But if I do the yellow, then it might turn green. We'll have to see. Teeny tiny little edge right there. Okay, I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna come over here, push down again. A little bit of color right there. I think that was actually alligator. I'm gonna have to color that again with the browns. Okay, so let's come up here, or the crocodile, I mean. I maybe don't want that there. Or maybe we'll erase that and just leave that open. Yeah, I think I will. I think I'll erase that and leave it open. I'm going to try to get through this without having to sharpen the pencil. I don't know if that's going to happen or not though. Maybe I outline these with a white pen as well. I really like how clean the white pen feels on all of this after we get it all done. So I know that I'm going to have to go over all this coloring anyway, but I might do it with the paint pen instead of the colored pencil. But at least right now with the colored pencils, I can outline it without getting paint on my stencil, which is, you know, the plan. barely coloring here because I don't want to have to stop and sharpen my pencil. I also don't want to leave, you know, too much markings on the paper. I also don't want to move the stencil too much because they're pretty flexible already. Here and hold this down so I can get these done. And I have a ruler with me. I can go back in after the fact and clean up the lines as I'm actually filling in with the paint pen. That's fine. Like I said, I just don't want to get my, because I am going to do this with the paint pen because it looks so good with the paint pens. Those acrylic markers are about my favorite new art products, beyond the ones that the paint that we make. Okay. Woo! Alright, actually I like that a lot. I know it's a hot mess right now. It's not as cute as it could be. I get that. That's okay. So if we put that away and then we break out the paint pens. Ooh, is that the color that we want? That one's a little dark. Let's see if I can find a lighter color. Let's see here. I've got the box of 60 with me. I just ordered the box of 168. I think it's gonna be this one. Look how good that looks. Okay, so I'm just going to take my time, come through here and put one little layer of paint over it. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. I'm going to shake this up just a little bit. Probably should always shake these up with the lid on to keep it from splatting. Now we're going to come up here. Oh, there's like lines up there. I don't even know how that happened. It's like watermarks from the colored pencil, and I didn't even get the colored pencil wet. Just trying to very carefully outline what I know is already there. It's never going to be perfect, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just like the patterns in the background. I just like experimenting with different patterns in the background rather than having to paint the background photorealistically. I like the way it looks when you do the illustration and then you do something abstract in the background. I like it a lot. And these acrylic markers make that pretty easy to get done. When I have to color all this in with the colored pencil, my hand hurts afterwards. With the acrylic markers, it's really easy just to get the job done. So I got the first phase of this done. Okay, that color is done. Now I'm thinking that I'll do the darker color behind it. We'll see. I don't know, I don't like that. Can you even see that? I don't like it. Okay, so let's find a different color to put behind it. What about this color? The beautiful thing is that if you don't like one color, you can just switch it. I'm gonna test it right here. Oh, that's much prettier. It's brighter. Let's see if this works better. A little too purple. I feel like. Is it? Is that too purple? Maybe not that one. Ugh. Y'all, why is this always so hard? So I don't like this. This is the one that I've used. This one's too purple. What about this one? That's better. How about that? I think I like that better. So let's come over here. We're gonna ignore the where his mouth is open and he's breaking the plane there. Come in here and we are going to outline very carefully and just add blue here. Is that gonna work? Oh, I like it. I think that's gonna be good. Is that gonna be okay? I think so. I think it's gonna be okay. Is it bleeding through? Nope, we're doing really good. Okay, let's try to do this area here and see what we think. And then I don't know what color we're gonna outline the alligator in. Or the crocodile. I keep saying alligator. Y'all, this is a saltwater crocodile. Forgive me. This pen is full of paint. This pen's doing great. Taking my time, getting it done. How's it looking? Oh, it's gonna be cool. I like it. I think it's good. Maybe we'll outline it in a dark orange or a mustardy, an ochre yellow. Maybe we'll outline it in brown. If we do the orange, the blue will complement. And it'll print well. loaded with ink. They call it ink, but it's marketed as acrylic paint. Oh, that's good. That's so cool. What do you think? I think the camera likes it. Okay. Let's get over here and let's try to get this pen is just so fluid. Some of them are a little dry, I'm not gonna lie. Some of them came to us, one of them, my favorite color, came completely dry. I can't get it to work at all. I don't know if the nib had a little air pocket in it, and so the nib itself, because there's paint in the tube. You know, who knows if we're even going to be able to get these again. I'm going to order as many as I can until that gets cut off, because I love them. Because even though this is pretty fluid, it doesn't bleed through the paper. Of course, we're using a really high-end paper for these books, so... I know this background stuff's kind of boring, but look how cool that's going to be though. So, should I do the background here? Should I close it off? I don't know, I can't decide yet. I guess I'll have to work that out. Let's get up here and get this part done. Just about done with the background. Well, this beginning preliminary of the background. Anyway. Not using a ruler, so it's not going to be perfect, but I don't really want it to be perfect. I want it to feel like it was hand-drawn. You know, with a stencil. Just about done finally with all this. Totally going to make a sticker out of this one. Crocodile stickers. Chase said I should pop art this crocodile. I could add some fun colors to it. I could. So now that I'm looking at it, I think I've got to do the color behind the teeth. There we go. That works for me. And so those are the two colors. I'm going to leave those out. Oh, it's much better. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, let's see if we can't get into some of this fun color on the actual crocodile itself. So, those are the two colors that I use. Let's see what we can find here. I'm going to shake up some of these because I'd like to come in and just start putting in some of the oh well, that's gonna be fun. Okay. So this color works. I'm gonna leave it out. I have all kinds of colors that I haven't even tested yet. Don't even know if they're good or not for this. Ooh, that's a good color for back here. Oh, I like it. Okay. So we've got some sunshine here that I'm trying to replicate here with the paint pen. I'm trying to push myself because I don't typically paint like this. It's just this extreme photorealism, and while I am very proud of that ability, I want to be able to paint a little more pop arty all the time for these tutorials because it's more fun. I think that's the ridge, so that's dark and that's dark, and then in between here we're light, like this light yellow. Oh yeah, that's gonna be, oh, it's gonna be so cool. Okay, I'm digging it. Okay, let's come back up here. So we've got this right here. Let's add a little bit of light here. So we've got light right there on this guy. We've got some light right there on this guy. Some light right here. So we're basically just coloring to like right there on what we can see here. So we've got this area. That's what we're coloring. So I'm going to put this down for now. I'm going to rummage through and see what other colors I can come across. What else can I find? What color is this one? Ooh, that might be good right here. A little red. It's a little too burnt sienna for me, so that one we're going to shove over to the side there.
I don't know, that looks more magenta to me.
I don't think you know what you're talking about, Face. I don't think you should take color advice from Say, because I'm not sure he knows what he is talking about. Here's another super light fleshy color. That's a light fleshy color. Where are the other pencils? So I've got that's a super light fleshy color. That's a black. That might be a nice added touch later here. Got reds and greens. We're not going to use those. Might use some lavender, but we'll have to just see about that. I've got some more colors over here in this box. Oh, this is a good color. And I'm going to come in with some, I'm also going to come in with some more colored pencil work here in just a second and kind of fill in some of this with the pencil. That needs to be darker. Also, it needs to be lighter at the same time. It needs to be lighter. Oh, yep, like I've just touched. So right in here, this is definitely lighter. up here on his face. Definitely lighter. We've got a lighter tooth right here. Oh, I've got to come back in and add some more color to all of this, I think, really, though. I've got to add some highlight right here on this edge. It's kind of hard to follow all the folds that are happening in this guy here. And in order to get it to read like light, we have to darken up some of these areas, because that's the way that the color wheel works. Alright, so I've got the 90% cool gray, which does the same thing as number 61 and the other set does. It's just a little more pigmented, and right now I really want that pigment. So I'm going to come in and I'm just going to start making teeny tiny little baby circles again to see about getting this to develop. I still need to be able to make out and identify that there are scales on his face. They don't have to be perfect. It's just kind of the illusion that they're there. I definitely need this to be a lot darker here, where his eye is set in. So yeah, just take that pencil and just make erratic lines right over the lighter parts of what I've already colored in here. And that sort of gives the illusion of all of the cracks and crevices, the scales on his face. And I know that that's a pretty deep crevasse there. And I've come in with some paint pen up here, so I'm just going to try to kind of take my colored pencil in between all of those areas, and this down here I want to be darker. I want it to kind of feel like it's curling over. So part of how you do that is to use a color that is less intense than the other colors that you've used. Part of it is also darkening the hue. Super dark right there. So that's already looking better, I'd say. So we've got his eye right here, and then this part right here needs to be a little bit darker. There's already a few lines drawn there. I just need a few more. Then we need to just come in and kind of go in between all of these paint marks that I've kind of made, and just barely identifying any of these. It's just tiny little marks, that's all. Got kind of a snatched little nose on the crocodile. It's a lot skinnier nose than the alligator. Alligators have a much broader snout. than the crocodile, so we're gonna kind of capitalize on that knowledge there and kind of darken some of this up. I'm gonna darken up his palate underneath. That's like the roof of his mouth right here that I'm working on right now. But I want to get, those teeth are darker, so I've got to get that happening as well. But over here, I want to come in, and I have drawn some of these scales for myself. So I want to outline some of these scales, because in between the scales, it's pretty dark. This is a pretty dark shadow line here on his face. I don't know, y'all. I've never painted a crocodile before, so this is the first time ever really truly studying one. Trying to kind of keep some of the water highlights in there. Okay, let's darken this up just a little bit here. So I know for a fact that that's going to be darker right there, because that's where his neck is connecting. Feels very prehistoric to me. That's going to be a little bit darker right in there. It's kind of fun when it all comes together and you can really just start to see it take shape. Inside of his mouth is still a problem. I'm going to grab a pinky beige color and come in here and lay in some of that pinky beige. This is rose beige, rosy beige is what it's called. And then I'll add some different color to it in a minute. I know that's there. .90 French gray. Set this down just a little bit more here. Putty. There we go. to use that putty to start blending all of these colors. And I can go over it again with something else. That's not a problem, but I just want to start getting rid of all of the streakiness if I can. This feels streaky over here. And obviously all of this has to be worked a little bit more. Putty right on top, putty on the snout, putty here. We've got some highlights right in through here. See, the harder I push with that lighter value, the more it comes through. See, right in here, there's going to be some real highlights there. And none of this is right yet. None of it is completely where it needs to be yet. I'm going to come out here with some of this putty. This one's kind of hard. Was an overachiever on this one, I think. What color is this? Espresso. Let's try espresso here. See if the espresso is going to give us the look that we want. Oh, I think it is actually. Lots of browns. Lots of different shades of brown. This one's more of a red brown. It's a dark sepia. It's called espresso, but it's really a dark sepia. We'll come back over this with some lighter colors in a minute. Because I really need to highlight this, but I'm going to do that with the pens, I think. It'll be a little more fun. And this leg is nearly, it reads nearly black because of the shadow that it's in. So we're going to come back over here with this 90% cool gray, which is kind of a blue gray. And we are just going to start filling that in. We're just going to come in here and push really hard and kind of define some more of these scales. Push really hard on this part of it so that it curves and kind of puffs up. Back here we've got a super dark area right here. super dark area right here. Just gonna kind of shade really lightly over all of it. It's kind of coming up around the belly here. Just gonna keep outlining all of those scales. Maybe not all of the scales, but you know what I mean. Sometimes I find when I'm struggling it's because I haven't trusted the process and I haven't made the picture dark as dark as it should be. Because I get nervous that I'm going to make it way too dark and then not be able to go back. That's part of the beauty of these pencils too, is that that's not really a concern with the paint pens, because I can go back over it with the paint pen and get done what I need to get done. If I go too dark or too light or whatever, I can fix it. I still have some control. I'm going to color over his eye for now. And I'll go back in with the highlight pen and I'll highlight that area. No problem. I want this to be super dark here. That helped a lot. This part right here needs to be lighter. This right here needs to be darker. This needs to be darker and darker. This right here definitely needs to be darker compared to what's already there. Wow, he's kind of coming together. Still a little rough around the edges, but we're getting it. I'm gonna grab this bronze. Get that underbelly in back here. Using the bronze to kind of blend it out up here. Gonna use the bronze to kind of blend it out up here. We're still not 100% where I'd like to be with this, but it's getting better. It's getting a lot better. I'm gonna use some bronze under here. This is the inside of his mouth. That's a little bit better. Okay, so I'm gonna put the bronze back. I think I got that right here. No, that came, yeah, right here. Alright, so now let's revisit the paint pen situation here. Okay, so I gotta come back in here and start adding the fun stuff, I guess. Oh, it makes me nervous. Wow, that color is like wild. I have to add the highlights and stuff. I'm trying to stretch myself to do bolder colors and all of that. I need to come in here and add the highlight to his ivy. So I've got a highlight right here and one right here. And there's a little tiny little mark here in this corner. And then up here we've got some highlights in this. Problem is I don't have all the colors I need, even in the paint pens. I've got to get the 168 set.
I think you just like complaining. I think that's what
I think you need to not talk to me while I do that. Says. That sweet baby eyeball. And by sweet baby, I mean beast that will rip your face right off. There's a crocodile in Flamingo at the southern tip of the Everglades, that saltwater crocodile that's a resident in the marina there. And I'm here to tell you, he don't give one rip about you being there looking at him. I would not get in the water in the Everglades anywhere. It's not working. It's kind of a blue. Okay, there's that. And I know that I've got some light down here on this area here. And then just a touch of it right here on this one. Maybe just a little bit here. Maybe just a couple of little stragglers of light over here. I don't even know. I also know that over here we're going to have some highlighting colors. This is the hard part for me because I'm a blendy artist, and this style, you just don't blend it. You just lay the colors next to each other and let the colors do all the work. And trust the process.
There's a lot of things that I trust, but you are not one of them.
The process of this, not so much, right? Got a little bit of light coming through right there. I just know that I can make this pop. And you know, I would never just choose to paint a crocodile. I'm not. But studying them and doing a study like this is really great practice. And it's in my book.
Wait, you wrote a book?
Wait, I wrote a few books. How many do I have out now? This tooth is gray. I colored these teeth in. Get rid of all the white.
9. You have 9 out.
Do I?
Yeah.
Does that include the sea kelp that's not done yet?
No. If you were to finish, if you were to just, suck it up and finish that one, you'd be at 10.
Oh, you're right. I have 9 books in 3 years. I'm coloring these teeth this gray so I can come in and add some other colors to them so that they look real. You know, within reason. I also have to figure out what color I'm doing over all of this. isn't terrible. Okay, so if I come back here, this part, that was, so I've used this. One back here has to be a little more yellow. Has to be a little more yellow. Because it's further back. It's light, but it's a different, it's gonna read like a different color. Ooh, that's really yellow. Wow. It's working though, I think. So you're gonna have that right here a little bit, right here a little bit. I'm gonna touch it just to kind of bring it down a touch. Sounds like our noisy neighbors are leaving. Hallelujah. I just don't think I'm cut out to share a triplex anymore with anyone. I just need to rent the whole house and be left completely alone. I have no idea if this is working or not. I'm gonna have to.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
This is the part where Kay would say, step back and look at it. If I step too far back and look at it, I can't see it even with readers on. So, you know, that doesn't work right now for me. I gotta go get new glasses.
She's been saying that for 6 months, guys.
Y'all, I've been busy. I want a little bit more color up in here. I think in order to show off more color up there, I'm gonna have to add more dark up here. Oh my goodness. See how that's kind of working? That whole little area there is kind of popping out now. Okay, so let's give this a little bit of love and this a little bit of love. See, all of this area's got to have some darker colors in it for it to really work, I think. So this has got, you know, oh, that's good. That works. Because that is his jaw open. There is highlight there. I can see that in the photo. So that does work for me. Okay, so these two colors are working so far, and this color is working so far. Now, ooh, this one's even lighter. Let's see if that works up here. Because on his face, we've got serious amounts of highlight on his face, but you know, I didn't really want to lose all the dark color either on his face. Got a little blue, and then we've got like a little bit of highlight right there. And then there's a touch of it right here. And then there's a touch of a highlight here for the tooth. Oh yeah, oh that worked. Okay, okay. A little highlighting on the tooth here. Backside, no real highlights back there, but a little bit there. So we want a little bit of highlight right here, a little bit of highlight here, a little bit of highlight right here. Oh, look how good that's turning out there. Okay, I'm just putting tiny, even smaller amounts of this higher value right there in the center, and that's starting to look like it's all kind of lighting up. I think the face over here is just got to get a little bit darker as well. So there's going to be some right here, and this color comes out really, really, really easy, so I'm having to kind of fight to not highlight too much at once. There, I'm getting the highlight right here, highlight here, highlight here. Those little ridges. He's got a real highlight right here. It's crazy. Oh my goodness. Okay, how's that looking? Ooh, well, you know, it's okay. It's not the greatest, but I don't hate it. So there's something to be said for that, for the fact that I don't hate it. Let's kind of hunker down right here in this area just a touch. Bottom line is I could just keep working this and working this and working this, and what really needs to happen is I just need to get it to a point where I can live with it and be done and say that I've learned what I needed to learn and I've done the best that I can do with what I had to work with, and that's that. And just call it, just straight up call it. I think if I outline the alligator itself with a color. What color? I don't know. What color? What color? Where's the white? Where's the white pen? Where's the paint pens? Let me see that.
Doing the tiny tray or the full size tray?
I don't know. Oh, here's the stark white. That might help some of this a little bit. those teeth need to be shaded. That's part of the problem. So these teeth right here need to be darker because they're not sticking out, they're underneath. Yeah. Okay. Those are kind of set back now. Let's see, we got a little white highlighting here, a little white there, and a little white there, and a little white there, and a little white there. The white kind of throws me for a loop. So I want to outline this in white, but I got to pick a different color first, or I got to outline it in white and then pick another color. Ooh, what if I outline it in lime green? Would that be a fun color with this? Yep, sure would. Sure would be a fun color. I don't know. What if I do orange? Somebody chime in here. Let's see what the orange looks like too. Oh, I like the orange better, I think. Do we do orange or do we do lime green? Let's see what other color we have. What about the yellow? What if we do yellow? Oh, this is a different orange. This orange might be good. Ooh, that's like caution cone orange there. I don't like that color. I'm not too concerned about testing the colors out like this because I can paint over them. That's okay. What about yellow? No, that's definitely not the color. I don't want that color of yellow. What about this color of yellow? That's not terrible. Is anybody commenting?
No, they don't like us that much.
That's okay. Y'all can talk to us. That's what we're here for. What about this color yellow? Oh, that's not terrible. Oh, the choices. Oh, too many choices. Is this the other green that I used? Oh, I like that. That's kind of fun. I don't know, does it stand out enough? I mean, I'm gonna outline it. So, which one do I like? Just come look at this and tell me which one you think you like.
I think that dark orange looks the best.
The dark orange? Okay,
Maybe the light orange?
I don't know either. Let's try the dark orange over the top. Oh yeah. Well, the orange and the blue look really good. And the alligator, or the crocodile, doesn't have any green in his body like the alligators do. He's more browns. So maybe we will just do the orange outline, which is really, you know, kind of in your face, but whatever. I don't mind it so much. And then we'll do white over that. This will come up here. We'll go around all of this where I got crazy and colored outside the lines. I don't know. I don't like that color now. Now that I've got most of it done, I don't like it. Okay, we're gonna finish it so I can then put a different color on top because I don't like it. And sometimes I just have to see it before I decide. Any suggestions on TikTok. Hmm. I'm gonna go around it one more time, but see, it dries darker than it actually is, and so maybe I need to lighten it up. Maybe I need to use a different color orange because I don't really like this one. This one's turning out to be like caution cone orange, and I'm not happy with it. I don't like this outline. I don't like it, Sace. It doesn't work with the blue. So
It looks pretty good on camera.
I have to fix it.
It looks pretty good on camera.
Does it?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
You're gonna go in there and ruin it.
Oh, that's much better.
I don't like it. Do it again. Start over from scratch.
That's way better. Kind of. I don't know. I feel like that the green maybe is a better choice. I don't like it. So I just don't like it. This color is too dark. What if I used, what if it was this color? I want this to be a sticker, y'all. I don't like the color so far. Okay, the other thing I'm going to do is grab the white and go outside the lines on it. Okay, so.
What'd you do?
Well.
Break something?
No, I didn't break anything. I'm just wondering if it should be white right up against the alligator, or the crocodile, and then a darker color around the edge of that. Let's try that right here. That's why I always say these books are for practice, not perfection. Oh, see, that's way better. Oh yeah, I like that a lot better. See, it throws me off the ones that break the plane, that go outside the box. Because that white, you don't see it at first until you do that second row of outline. Yeah, I'm going to do it in white up against him, and then a different color on the outside of the white. Okay. And maybe I should break out my inking pens and ink him up a little bit. I have spent way too much time on this illustration. Oh, but that's so much better. Yeah, I'll go around him. I'll ink him with the permanent pens. And then I'll do a color outside. Oh, so sucks to have to go around these teeth again. I'm gonna have to paint the teeth one more time. That's okay though. I just don't like the color that all of this turned out to be. There'll be some serious edits on the program when we scan this in for a sticker, but I figure it's better for you to see that even though I've been doing this for, 40 years, I still have trouble sometimes deciding what I want. Now, if you don't have the paint markers and you're watching the tutorial from above, you can outline this in your colored pencils. Not terrible. just really kind of feel like I do want it to be green. I just don't know that I've picked up the correct green as of yet. Oh, that's fun. I like that. I don't know if that's the right color, but we're just gonna go with it. I can come back in and change the colors later. Okay. And I need to stop. That's pretty cool. I can live with that. All right. I have to be done. I just have to let it go. I just have to let it go. So that's it for another episode of Coloring Passports. We got the crocodile done out of the Everglades book. Thanks for joining me on this episode, y'all, in the studio, and I'll see you on the next page.